Hey guys, how's it going? Ben here with some Hearthstone Boomsday Project predictions. Today I'll be going through what I think will be the best 10 cards in the new expansion. So let's just jump right in. At number 10, a potentially controversial pick, I'm going all in on the Meccathune Dream. Meccathune is more than a meme. It's a legitimate alternate win condition for classically all-in deck strategies like Malygos Druid, Mirka Rogue, and potentially a new Malygos Rogue deck built around Kobold Illusionist and the new Death Rattle cards. If your primary strategy fails, or you need to expend resources for controlling the board or staying alive, Meccathune can save the day. Coming in at number 9, we have what seems like a relatively unremarkable card that may help push Warrior from trash tier to top tier. Weapons Project. This card may seem bad at first look, since you're paying 2 mana and both players get the same advantage. However, the point of the project cards is that your deck is much better positioned to take advantage of the effect. Against an aggro deck, the armor gain for your opponent is pretty much irrelevant, and in many cases your opponent will already have a small weapon anyways, such as Candle Shot or one of the Paladin weapons. And this also touches upon another advantage, which is with weapons running all over the meta, especially powerful ones with Twig, this can kill a great weapon and also set up a huge tempo swing while gaining armor at the same time. And while we're at it, talking about Control Warrior, my number 8 card is the flagship card of the set, the Mad Genius himself. I see Control Warrior being quite good in the new meta, and I can't see a Control Warrior build that doesn't use the crazy value the Boomster provides. Even a shell that doesn't play a ton of mech cards could still work with just the hero power alone. Right now, people have shown that Recruit Warrior can win games, and between Weapons Project and Boom, even something like that could end up in Tier 2. I'm excited to see how cards this good can become. At number 7, I have the Shaman Legendary That Matters, a real incredible effect that will work with all kinds of strategies. I'm talking, of course, about Electra Storm Surge. This effect is so powerful, and even if it just ends up slotted into Shudderwock Shaman to interact with cards like Volcano and Lightning Storm, it'll still make a serious impact in shifting favorable matchups for that deck. On top of that, I think that Spark Token Shaman will be very good with the support of many of the new cards in the set, and Electra allows an 8-mana double Bloodlust, which can kill almost any non-taunt Druid opponent. This card is crazy, and Token Shaman may be the new gold standard aggro deck on ladder. And talking about new gold standard decks, we have a card that may enable a new combo deck. Topsy Turvy, like Electra, can slide into an already established deck in Divine Spirit Priest, which will just make the deck better. Topsy Turvy is 1 less mana than Innerfire, and it doesn't make you auto-loose a Skulkengeist. Even if the crazy test subject infinite damage OTK combo dream doesn't happen, it's still a very good card which could push Combo Priest out of the dumpster. Either way though, I'm going to try and make Test Subject happen. Getting into the top 5, we have another card that will slot into an existing deck, the Areum, which will launch Zoo straight into Tier 1. This card is totally busted. At worst, it's a tracking, and at best, it's a 1-mana Nourish. And even when it's a tracking, it can let you delve into your deck for lethal cards at the end of the game. Outside of Zoo, this card might even be playable in Control Warlock deck, where you look for your threats or removal in a back-and-forth game. This card might bend the meta on its own. At number 4, we have our first Druid card, but certainly not our last, Biology Project. Maybe this card is overrated, and the drawback matters more than expected, but I don't think that's the case, especially against aggro, when you want to get out of the early game as soon as possible. Also, since you get to spend the mana right away, you're still able to potentially maintain both a mana and tempo advantage. I think this card will become just as prevalent as Wild Growth, and with a Druid lined up to remain the top class in the game, that means a lot of Biology Project on ladder. At number 3, we have the only neutral non-legendary on the list, and oh boy is it a big one. I'm talking of course about Galvanizer. Galvanizer may be tiny and cute, but this card packs a huge punch. Enough that I almost put him number 1. This card is like Mech Warper meets Emperor Thorson, or even just a straight up better neutral Fireplume Harbinger. However, this little guy doesn't just enable huge tempo swings for aggro and mid-range mech decks. It also enables a cost reduction on your Meca'Thun, which could push a rogue version of that deck into the meta. Either way, this dude is seeing play, and he's going to be a serious contender for most annoying and most integral card in the set. Starting to wrap up, I've put the True Bro Flabidinous Floop at number 2. Floop enables so many things on his own, but let's talk about the dragon in the room, Malygos Druid. Mali Druid is already one of, if not the best deck in the meta, and Floop makes comboing off way easier. Now you can just drop your Malygos onto the board, and if it's removed, you can play a 4-mana version the next turn, and do a crap ton of damage. On top of that, it can combo with Meccathune to win the game with a Naturalize. And it also works with a little card you may have heard of, Hadronox. No matter what, this card is busted, and if Druid is as prevalent as expected, it'll be much thanks to this guy here. Now we started with the controversial pick, and we're ending with one too, I think. My number 1 card in the set is Juicy Psych Melon. With 3 out of my top 4 cards being Druid cards, you can see what I think will be dominant. And Juicy Psychmelon is not only an insane 4-mana sprint, which tutors your win conditions, it's also a way to make your deck so much more consistent. Malygos and Hadronox Druid will still be great, and with Melon backing them up, they will dominate the meta more than ever. With Melon in the game, you're able to play greedier builds with alternate win conditions, such as this theory-crafted deck that hybridizes Malygos and Meccathune Druid. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'm very excited for the Boomsday Project expansion. I hope you are too. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and stick around because we're going to be doing some more Hearthstone videos in the future, going into strategy and that sort of thing. Either way, I'm going to be playing a lot of Boomsday Project, probably on stream as well, so check that out, and see you next time.